Alright, let's get to work on our sleeves and our pants here. Now, we need to build out the mass first, and these sleeves are supposed to be some kind of like leather or fabric. So I'm just going to delete that arm. We're going to keep my gear displayed so I know how to build out the mass more accurately. So let's grab the sculpting tool. Let's grab the bulge tool. And let's build up our mass. Increase my strength a little bit. Smooth it down. Alright. So I think the way we'll tackle this is now that my mass is built, I'm going to duplicate this arms mesh and put it in my original body group because I just changed the silhouette pretty big. And now I'm going to smooth the high poly out by quite a bit. And we'll use the pinched, well, you know what? Let's smooth it a few times. And I'm going to extrude this bit to create kind of like a sleeve. Alright, let's go in and grab my smooth tool to decrease the mass of what we just extruded a little bit. It's okay if this intersects a little bit down here. And then we'll insert some edge loops for this. And I don't want it to be too defined. Let's back off that a little bit. Alright, now let's smooth it a few times. Alright, and we'll use our pinch tool, our pinch brush. I think this will work. And let's give it some strength. And we can create folds in our fabric. So you can pinch this a little bit. So we want the folds to kind of look like they're being tucked in to our gear here. So grab the smooth tool, increase its strength a little bit because we're going to be pinching and relaxing and grabbing. Just trying to create some wrinkles at the elbow. Come and smooth it out a little bit. I don't like the way this looks right here. Grab the relax brush as well. And then we'll grab the grab tool and set the fall off curve to have a lot of fall off. And we'll just move this around, smooth it. I feel like I need a pinch right here. Getting there. Just a few more details. And just smoothing it out a little bit more. All right. Let's do the same thing for the pants. I'm going to do just half right now. All right, so we'll start by building out my geometry a little bit. It's like the fabric. It's like bulging out at the sides where the armor's not at. Be careful not to have your leg pass over the line. All right. Let's take care of something here. Oh, that's too much junk in the proverbial. And with our grab tool, very low opacity. Okay, so let's do a mirror duplicate now. And do a mesh combine. And let's merge verts. Oh, that's strange. That butt. All right, and then again, we'll delete our history, duplicate our pants, put it in the original body, delete our old pants. And then we'll smooth this out a bunch of times as well, just like our arms. Oh, I wanted to do the same thing here. The pants kind of come down, have their own little, you know what? We'll come all the way down here. Careful about doing too much. Let's turn on our symmetry and our smooth brush. And let's just smooth our crotch down a little bit to make up for the extra geometry we just added. I'll grab my relax tool to, looks like it's going to need the smooth tool. And let's just go in and smooth the rest of this geometry that kind of came through in a big way. Very cool. Oh, looks like we need to smooth right in this region. Our thigh armor right here is actually going to be a piece of geometry that we're going to float on top of our body. So let's make sure we don't, hide its detail too much. And we'll do some edge loops here. We'll take this edge loop, move it up a little bit. I'm going to delete this one so I can come in and edit this one a little bit. All right, now let's smooth it a few times. And Let's do our pinching. So the geometry kind of gets tucked into our little knee brace right here. And then we'll smooth it out and pinch it more as it connects into the detail. But smooth it when it kind of returns back into the fabric. Looks like we need to pinch a little bit harder. Maybe even actively bulge out. Oh, it looks bad right now, but I'll come in with a pinch tool and the smooth tool to refine it. So that looks pretty good. It gets a little weird right here. Let's go in and keep working on it. It helps to have pictures. And then we'll just, it helps to have pictures of folded clothes. So you can kind of get an idea of what's up. All right, and same thing. I'm going to guess this is some kind of like fabric underneath his armor, while this part would be like leather. And we'll go in and smooth out where it relaxes back into the rest of the fabric. Let's preview that. Getting there. We'll bulge out this detail. And debulge in. That way we can really create these ridges of fabric coming in and out. Again, we just want to relax it back into the rest. Ooh, it looks like our legs are coming out. Let's shove them back down in there. So you really want to, with the pinch tool, kind of keep going over the same spots. See how I keep doing the same stroke? And we'll grab my smooth tool. Just relax out the pinches. And you can kind of create a somewhat of a baggy kind of feel. My computer is not liking that. Something about that looks almost right, but not quite there. Let's grab my sculpt tool. Really turn down its strength. Really turn down the strength. And I'm just holding down control and digging in. And just regularly sculpting. On top of the pinched areas. Let's do a 0.5 on the strength. There we go. That was the secret. Maybe not so much right there, though. Sculpt tool. We'll go in and bring out these pinches. Ooh. Really. It's just too much noise down around in here. It's not folds, it's just chaos. So I guess the opposite of a pinch would be somewhat of a bulge. So pinch, control, and it expands around. There we go. I'm just going to hit some more of this stuff with a smooth. Being subtle is the key. There we go. And now for the crotch area, you get kind of pinches that kind of come in radially like this. And then what we get from the butt area is kind of wrinkles from whenever you do butt stuff. Like, bend your leg. Just grab the relax brush. This geometry's really stressed out. I'm just furiously using my relax and then smooth. We'll come out of sculpt mode. I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing because this is supposed to be kind of like a leather, so it's thicker, so the creases would be less chaotic. And hopefully a little bit more defined. Your symmetry really starts to show here. We'll do a relax. Let's kind of dig into this a little bit. This. And we'll cut into that detail here. Looks a little rough, but then when we smooth it out, it shows us what it's working with. And it's kind of getting wrinkled up into the armor itself. We could do more in the front too. Same thing. We'll pinch, cut in a little bit between the pinches, build out the pinches a little bit, and then the smooth brush comes in and makes it all magically work right. There we go. See how it looks now, like the crotch protection is just really sucking in all that fabric. It's too uniform on the butt. Smooth it out a little bit. Now that I kind of learned what the deal was with getting really nice separation of planes here, where you kind of dig in with, you make your pinch and then you dig in, sculpt out. And just refine those pinches. And we'll smooth it out. See how it looks like all the fabric's kind of getting folded in and tucked into the hand. And I guess we should do some pinches, some really micro pinches. A nice steady stroke is handy here. And then I'll just kind of use a small brush. We'll do some dirty cutting in. I didn't do anything but make some potholes, did it? Sculpt tool. Kind of cut into this mass a little bit and then just smooth it on out. What you don't want to see is a trough like this that just kind of has like an even brush stroke for somebody that knows what you're doing. You can see that? So if you see that happening, just pinch the edges together and you'll create something oblong. I think I'm making just a bigger and bigger mess. This requires just a lot of patience, finding your groove. It needs to be smooth. Just using the sculpt tool to cut in Accentuate these. Yep, and smooth it out. And let's create some pinches right here in the armpit. We'll create some crease lines. Oh, looks like our sculpting right there. I wonder if the flatten tool can help us. I think it's just making a bigger mess. Let's just use my grab brush to tuck that back under. Can't see it because there's no real mass behind it. So kind of just follow what the pinches are showing you in terms of sculpting this out. And remember, always kind of exaggerate your form first and then smooth it out. Yeah, that's looking good. Pinch, where'd you go? Sculpt tool. Build out the forms. Smooth tool to relax them back so they don't seem so crazy. I had the plate there. There we go. Okay, that looks like crap. So we go in and buff it out. Smooth it out. Pinch it up. It's just too boogery right now, too inflated. This tells me I need to pinch more. I feel like that, even though that detail looks good on top of the shoulder, it's just too pronounced. Because remember, this is supposed to be a thicker fabric, so we would get a little bit less. All right, so we'll just dupe this new arm across. Just freeze and reset, and -1. All right. You're definitely just going to think you're done, and all of a sudden see something that looks weird from another angle. Too much. And I can see my brush strokes right there. So I'm going to smooth them out. All right, so let's duplicate that one and go with that one. Awesome. All right, all that's left to do is the head.